Been coming to the auto fair probably 15 years.
Been coming here for, I don't know how many years.
A decade, 15 years maybe? 30 years, 40 years?
40 years.
40 years.
Yeah.
People that are in charge of this really seem to me to be really working hard to bring the show back like it used to be.
I'm from Lexington, South Carolina. I've been coming to the auto fair probably 15 years.
Wow.
So I've had spaces in the blue field, spaces in the green field, orange field, and then now out here in the red field. So I'm just a typical enthusiast. I like building cars and driving things around, but I collect and have made some vintage looking signs. So if anybody wants any automobile memorabilia that's priced fairly reasonable, hit me up. I can do all sorts of stuff. All right, I have a old Mustang Mowit lawnmower here that's been all converted over to 48 volts. It's got a 50 amp hour lithium ion battery underneath the deck. It's all underlit and backlit, but this is the swap meet cruiser, so you'll see me driving around on this thing throughout the weekend if you haven't already.
I'm an old hot rod guy and, you know, golf enthusiast. I mean, I got a little bit of everything here, but pretty much cleaning out my garage. Like I'm pretty much done building cars and trucks. So if you're looking for a deal, we got it.
Awesome, awesome. So tell us maybe what's the most unique thing you have out here today to offer?
I've got a lot of old 67, 72 C10 truck stuff.
Okay.
You know, I even got an old Harley tank, a little bit of G-Bot, mainly General Motors stuff.
Okay.
And then got this authentic Joey Logano side from the championship car last year.
Awesome.
Not
awesome.
the car, but from that last year.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a little bit of everything. You know, it's and you know, it's a good time. I've met people that I was in the racing business for about 30 years, and you know, met a lot of old friends that I haven't seen in years. It's just a great time. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. What's your favorite memory of Auto Fair in all the years you've been coming?
Probably when I was up in the blue field between turns 1 and 2, and I had a lot of old big block Chevy stuff, and just talking to people and you know, just selling stuff up there. That was pretty cool. Some of the old stuff that I had, you know, from, you know, L88 stuff and things like that.
Awesome. All right, we're out here on day 2 of Auto Fair, and I have Carl from Select Classic Cars. He is a first-year vendor. Carl, where are you from exactly?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Awesome. That's my hometown. I love it there.
Love it there.
What brought you to Auto Fair this year?
The crowd, the weather, the company, the companionship.
Absolutely. And can you tell us a little bit about what it is that Select Classic Cars does?
What we do is we are a marketing and procurement company. We assist private owners and collectors and some select classic car dealerships with marketing their classic cars. We're not a broker, we're not a consignment house. All we do is provide a means by which the private seller can put their vehicles on the web. Many people, as you know, of our age group, aren't that savvy. So what I do is I take the guesswork out of it. Once they list it with me, I do the vetting of the prospects, and once they've cleared that channel, I will then introduce them to the seller. And what transpires then is between the seller and the buyer. I don't want to touch no money. I don't want to do anything other than ensure that I'm a car cupid. I provide people in a
right car with the right person.
Yeah, right car with the right person.
Awesome, awesome. What would you say is the most unique car that you've had come through your service at this point?
Oh my Lord, there's many. I guess the most standout would be a 1967 Mustang Mach GT500.
Wow.
Which was documented, less than 1,500 miles on it. A lucky client in Switzerland is now driving it around Lake Geneva.
Lake Geneva. Carl here is a man of international intrigue.
Yes.
Thank you, Carl, for being a vendor here at Auto Fair.
Thank you, sir.
If you need any services whatsoever, Carl's your man to see at Select Classic Cars. Thanks for being part of Auto Fair.
how long have you been coming to the auto fair?
Probably about 40 years.
40 years.
Yeah, started when I was about 19 at the fairgrounds for Charlotte, and then I found out about this, and so we just started coming out here. So 69 now, so that's what, 40 years, thereabouts.
Yeah, that's great. And how far have you come from?
Oh well, we lived in Charlotte over by the airport.
Okay.
For the longest until 2000 something, right. No, 20. Well, anyhow, I've been in Taylorsville, North Carolina for like 5 years.
Okay.
So now I drive down here from Taylorsville.
Excellent. Well, let's hear about some of the treasures that you've got here that people can come and find.
Yeah, I wish they would come on and buy it all. They can, you know, there's just miscellaneous everything, but I've worked on cars my whole life, and if there was something going to the scrapyard, I just took some of the parts and stashed them, because, you know, if you're working on cars, you always need a part for some things. But yeah, now it's, like I say, 69 years old, it's time to slow down, and I'm trying to let everybody else have my fun.
I've been coming for a long time back, I don't know, probably the 80s, you know, when this thing was beginning. I've always been a car guy and loved that atmosphere here. So yeah, it's been back probably that far back, you know.
So
and,
35, 40 years?
Yeah, every bit, yeah.
Awesome.
Every bit, yeah. And I live nearby, so that's another thing that made it convenient as well. I'm a people person, so that's another reason it kind of fits me, because I do love people, and I've met some wonderful people from all over the place, Texas and Pennsylvania. But the people that are in charge of this really seem to me to be really working hard to bring the show back like it used to be in the day that it was the place to be for swap meets. And they're doing a good job. I mean, these guys are just going beyond the call of duty to try to help us, vendors out here.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, Mark, the guy that checked me in over here, he had actually, I got my spot last fall. I was in the green field, and we're now in the red field here. But, and I talked to Mark last year, and I said, yeah, I'd like to come, you know, at spring show, and I probably would maybe try your red field since you're opening it back up. And so he made all that happen, and I had a spot over here. But he called me a couple months in, and he said, look, you know what, Kenny? He said, we got you booked in red, but he said, this spot is way out here in no man's land, and I want to get you closer to where the people are so we can keep the show together and better for the show. I said, that's a great idea. So, you know, they're making a big effort to do that, and they did. They got me in here, and man, I love my spot, man. I mean, I'm really happy about that. And, you know, they did their best to make it sure that I was happy with that.
That's great.
And so, yeah, I have 4 spots here, and, you know, and I have done really well here at this show. My sign explains who I am over here. That sign right there, that pretty much, if it's weird and it's cool, then I like it. That's kind of my philosophy. See that globe here?
Yep.
And there's a name on here too somewhere, but I had a guy that came by that was actually certified. He showed me his certification. This is used to measure the exact amount of gasoline that you're purchasing to be sure that the customer is not getting cheated. And so the federal government does this.
Okay.
I mean, it's a job that a guy goes around to. They still do it today. You know, that's how rat rods are built too, with cool and weird, unusual stuff.
Right.
So, you know, I fit in pretty good with that crowd. Guys are from Pennsylvania. They got a beautiful rat rod inside here for the rat rod show. And they're going to take this truck right over here that you look at, and they're going to make that into a beautiful rat rod.
That is awesome.
So next year when they come back, you be sure and go look them up.
We'll see
But
you.
All right.
thank you guys.
Hey,
And
see you in the morning, Ken.
yes, sir.
Good seeing you,
Look,
Kenny.
Runs beautifully.
Purrs like a kitten.
Hey guys, it's Joseph with AACA again. I've moved out here to the Greenfield Flea Market and I'm with Jeff. Jeff, welcome to Auto Fair. How long have you been coming?
Long time. 30 years, 40 years.
Wow, and where are you coming from?
Roanoke, Virginia.
Roanoke, Virginia, so just up the road, not too far.
Yeah, I know. The first time I came was before I had a driver's license with my dad. This would be late 70s, 80s.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
That's awesome.
Long time.
Tell us a little bit about what you got out here for sale.
Pontiac and Oldsmobile parts on this side, Ford parts over there, a little bit of Chevrolet stuff over there, but most of the stuff I get is Pontiac and Oldsmobile. We go to old closed junkyards and buy out old inventory and take chainsaws and drag them out and take off what we can take off and scrap what's left and go get something else. And it's just kind of a hobby. It's developed into a lot more work than hobby, but it is what it is.
We've been coming out 10, 12 years, somewhere around there. Usually come out Wednesday through end of day on Saturday.
Great. And where are you guys coming from?
I'm local over in Indian Trail. My dad's coming from Knoxville.
Awesome,
Tennessee.
that's great.
Yep.
And what are some of the highlights here, some of the most interesting or unique things?
So we have a variety of stuff, mainly cars that we've finished and it's leftover parts. So everything from some Boss 9 car stuff to 302 stuff to all kinds of 55 Thunderbird stuff down here and everything in between. So some porcelain gas steins, some oil racks, just kind of all kinds of stuff. Some cool stuff.
How long have you been coming to the Auto Fair?
Oh, probably a decade, 15 years maybe.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've got some old timer friends who used to come out here in the spot right back here for, probably for 25 years. You know, now we've kind of inherited it and we're trying to hold on the tradition.
That's great.
This is our 69 Mercury Marquis Brougham that probably with some drinking involved, we decided to buy about 24 years ago. And somehow it still runs great. And we just
kind of a pet project between the two of us.
Yeah.
We took it on the power tour 2 years ago and had a big time and made it just like it should.
Yeah, how many miles did you do on that power tour?
About 2,000.
2,000 miles.
I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
Put a lot of miles on it since then though.
For a big block Ford to get 16, 18 miles per gallon at times,
Yeah.
it did really well.
That's great.
It's cool. A lot of prep work, of course.
Other than the engine trying to fall out, it did pretty good.
And tell me what else you've got up the front here, anything else?
Oh, just a bunch of junk that's laying around the shop trying to get rid of.
Some of these items we rebuilt. We fully rebuilt Holly 4160. Fully rebuilt 3-speed on the tree steering column for a Ford. We got, this is a rarity here. It's a 6 intake for 4.3, 3.8 Chevy, intended for marine application. Just some odds and ends, some kind of hubcaps, same kind of stuff that almost everybody has. And
it's mostly so people can look at it as they walk by.
Yeah.
maybe let's go.
Hi, we are the law office of Jason E. Taylor. Come see us left of the Jumbotron and spin the wheel to win a prize. If you have any questions, You can ask the litigator.
How long have you been coming to the auto fair?
Oh, the last, maybe 5 or 10 years now, because I was always working and working for Dennis Carpenter up the street. But this is the second year I brought stuff out here because I was working. And then I like these old Ford heads I had, and I had one on my workbench one time, and I says, what can I make out of this thing? And I propped it up and I says, I can make a lamp out of this. Now, some people may think that's a little crazy, but the people have liked them. I've probably sold 10 or 11 in the last year and a half, and they're just old 40 heads that probably they were just going to be junk, and I'd rather, reuse them, and people seem to like them.
Great birthday present for the wife for the bedroom stand.
Yeah.